Everybody, Mr. Kenward here. I'm always a little bit, I don't know what I think about these Zoom backgrounds here. Because when I do it, I feel like I have an aura around me. I look like Obi-Wan from the first Star Wars. It looks kind of cool. I feel like I'm like floating. Anyway, just wanted to say that, yikes, here we are. By the time you guys get this article on Monday, it will have been 59 days that we started this new school routine, according to Alexa. I believe if my calculations are correct, our first day home was Friday, the 13th of March, which puts us at 59. Now 59, I was thinking, oh, I'll find a cool number, reference it, be kind of kitschy, figure out something clever to say about the number 59. There's really not a lot to say about the number 59, unless you're turning 59, or maybe that was your number in sports, but really not a whole lot of significance to the number 59 unless you study things like numerology, which definitely flies above this guy's head. Anyhow, I just wanted to acknowledge it's been a long time that we've had to do this. And what we've had to do is not normal stuff. I mean, 59 days in the summer, a couple months, yeah, that works. We can travel, we can check out the beauty of Michigan, we can spend time with people that we love, we can hug them, we can do all the things that offer us a unique kind of freedom. But these last 59 days, not so much. We've been told to stay home, we've been told not to interact with other people. We've recently jumped back into school expectations, which has posed a myriad of new frustrations and stresses for families. And so understanding all of that, I think that it was a good time to do the theme of self-compassion for this week's social work article from Mr. Kenward's Corner. You'll see in the article there are several resources to help practice self-compassion. We need to be good to ourselves right now. We're being asked to do extraordinary things in extraordinary times. This is not normal stuff. We're spending a lot of time with one another every day. The typical flow of the school year at this point would be kids going off to school for 6-7 hours. You get to go focus on your profession, or you stay at home and you run the household. We had a special kind of breath in those moments. We get to see our friends, we spend time with people that are new and interesting, and that situation has faded away. And so now we're spending hours upon hours with the same people looking at the same walls, and it can be taxing. And within that, I also understand that sometimes the choices that are made in our households are not fantastic. Arguments over mundane things, silliness, just a lot of frustration. And I want to tell you that it's time to practice some self-compassion, because folks, that's humanity. And so with that, we've added some resources. I had something neat that I wanted to share with you this week, and it's slated for the kids, but it's really for us adults too. If you guys looked at last week's I added something from GoZen here again. Last week was the challenge journal. And this one, self-compassion, is a little bit more specific. It's about being kind and understanding yourself when things are difficult. And I know, continuing, we still have kids struggling with getting homework done, with wanting to do things perfectly, with wanting to have their work look a certain way. This whole activity, this whole journal here, focuses on ways that we can kind of let that stuff go. Kind of focus on how would you treat your best friend. It's a little bit consistent with what we saw last week, which makes it kind of nice because it kind of solidifies last week's journal with what we're doing this week. But it gives kids and adults some really concrete ideas for letting go of stresses, whatever those things are, and being kind to yourself and letting things go. Like, you know what, today wasn't my best day, but I'm going to let that go. I'm human, and tomorrow I'm going to work hard to make better choices. When I'm in the classroom, the kids often hear me say things like, you know, extraordinary people are not necessarily when everything is going right. It's easy to be kind, and it's easy to be happy when everything is going well. The real challenge is who you are on a consistent basis when you struggle. I mean, it's easy to be mean. It's easy to make negative choices. What's extraordinary in these moments is when you can catch yourself feeling a really strong emotion like anger or frustration, acknowledging it, kind of like, hey, what's going on right now, and doing something to take care of that feeling. The kids and I often work on those things in school, and I encourage you to work on those things as well. again, go through this. There's a lot of great things that you can do with not only by yourself. If you don't want to do it with your student, then do it by yourself if it makes you a better parent. I think it's a great idea. So it's another activity. It's another thing that you can do to acknowledge the fact that this is weird, this is hard, this is difficult. I acknowledge that. We acknowledge that here at school. We're here for you. Again, as I've said in previous videos, please reach out to me. We can set up a Zoom session pretty easily, kind of walk through some different strategies that you can use with your student, with your child, or if you need some help personally as the parents and the big people in charge. I'm here for you. My email address is ckenward@egrps.org. Until the next video, guys, we'll talk to you soon. Hang in there.